I tried the Scrivener 30-day free trial, and here's what I thought about it. Day 1. As a high school student who doesn't have much of a job, it is a lot to commit to spending $60 on a writing program that you're not sure you're going to even enjoy. So I'm going to take you guys on the journey of trying the Scrivener free trial to tell you my thoughts, if I think it's worth it, the learning curve behind it, what's available on the free trial versus the full experience, how many videos I had to watch to understand it, those kinds of things. I just wanted to take you guys on the journey of doing that, because, let's face it, Google Docs isn't really good to use anymore. My experience with Google Docs has been getting worse and worse and worse over the past, I guess, 3 years of using it, 3 or 4 years, as they have made you get upgrades for their so-called shortcuts. I still haven't gotten that update because people keep saying in the reviews that it's awful and messed up Google Docs. And the fact that if I get offline for even a split second, it starts giving me this message that says it has to reload the document and I can't write for a good 30-45 seconds, like, it's just been kind of clunky and laggy, and there's no organization method to anything. Like, you can kind of get them into folders, but you more see the organization through Google Drive than Google Docs. And so then you have like 100 different Google Docs that you have, like, maybe not opened at a given time, but you have opened in the past year, and you're having to scroll through it and figure out which one you're looking for, and if you don't title them, then they're all called untitled, and then you have to open them all up to figure out what's inside. Anyway, you can see my problem. I like having a bunch of stories at once, so the organization method really does matter to me, and the fact that you don't get that experience with Google Docs just is a problem. Also, the fact that I have to open it up on an online tab. It's just, there's little things. It makes it really easy to get distracted and open up a YouTube tab, because up in the top I can just press plus, and then little silly things that I struggle with as a writer using Google Docs. I wanted to see if Scrivener could help those issues, or if I'm still the same way. Anyway, I just wanted to take you on the journey and help you decide if Scrivener would work for you too, or if you want to stay with your free no trial Google Docs. So it is, I noticed with Scrivener, it looks like it's a one-time purchase at $60, and then each update for it costs money. You don't have to pay a new fee or whatever for the update if you don't want it. Basically, software will still run. It just might, it's not going to have all the features that are with the updates. I don't know how much those updates cost. I don't know if that information is out there. Maybe with enough research it is. I just wanted to see, like, because I was always under the impression that it was you paid for it each month or yearly or whatever, but it seems like you can just one-time payment, which is a lot better than stuff like Word, where you have to pay a lot of money, and it's still not the best software. They've all got their flaws. I'm going to talk about Scrivener and the experience of it over the course of the next month. Also to mention about the free trial, it says 30 days. But the 30 days are 30 days in active use. So it was saying if you only used the trial 2 times in a week, it would only take away 2 of those days, and you still have 28 days. So that's another benefit of, like, if I don't get on Scrivener every single day, I can still have a full 30 days with it, which is really nice. So if I know, like, a writing day is going to be really short, I'm probably just going to use Google Docs and just call it that. But, like, with Scrivener, I wanted to set up a document for my book I want to write, and so I wanted to organize something for November when I want to write the bulk of it. And I wanted it to be a little more organized, and so this is just the perfect way to test, like, do I like Scrivener's organization system? Will it work for me? Should I spend $60? Just like, and in my house, my dad has a rule of, like, you wait 30 days to buy something to figure out if you still want it, if it's actually something that is worth your money. And actually, like, a 30-day free trial works perfectly to determine if, hey, I want to actually spend that much money on it. So I have started to look through Scrivener a bit, and there is a lot. They have a lot of, actually I found out they have a lot of tutorial videos, and then they have one document that explains basically everything that I can do, and I read a little bit of it, and then I was like, I'd rather just jump into it, so I'm just going to show you what I've started with thus. So here you can see I have my story divided into 3 acts. Sorry, my hand is super shaky. So it'll be divided. I have my prequel, which I may end up deleting. Right now it's kind of up in the air. Then I have, this is going to be for Act 1, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my scenes divided into these, and there's going to be more than just these 3. But for now, I'm going to have scenes / tentative chapters in each file, and then this is going to become a huge wall, and I'm going to divide it up into the 3 acts, so I can kind of have a semi-organized view of it. Then I have my planning stage, which has my character sheets, and I don't know if I can double click on that. I feel like there should be a way to enter into it. Maybe open. Oh yeah, an editor. Okay, and so this is my character sheets. I've only finished 2 of them for my character Alexis and then my character Haley. I know what fills Alyssa's. I have hers in on a piece of paper. And then Caspian and Joseph are some of my other characters that I have not had the chance to flesh out. I have Caspian's character in mind in my head, but I haven't written him yet. And then the themings of my story up here, and then a little bit, like, I've just been copy pasting from random Google Docs. And I'm just going to show you kind of the experience that I've had with copy pasting. So, for example, if I were to take this first chapter, and I call them chapters, they're really just scenes. If I were to take that and then go into here, and then I want to say open an editor, and then I want to say Control V, it's not gonna copy and paste it in any way that I want it to. It's all gonna be underlined blue. So first you have to make sure you're doing paste and match style, and then you're gonna Control A for highlighting all of it, and then right clicking, and then you're gonna say remove link. So if that happens to you, that's how you do it. I had to do a little bit of research on that one. I didn't realize, I guess it's just trying to link it back to my Google Doc. But either that, or you can copy and paste it into a notepad first, and then for whatever reason it doesn't want to do it from the notepad. But yeah, that's the issue I've been having lately. Other than that, I think I've got a good idea of what I'm doing. As far as I would say my enjoyment of using it, like, I think it'll work, and I think it'll help me be better organized than a normal Google Doc would be. I'm gonna continue to fill all of this in, just copy and paste all of my chapters and all of the information that I feel is going to be relevant. It will help so that I'm not having to keep a bunch of tabs open, because typically I will have to open up a tab and be like, what's information I need for my story? It's a Minecraft story, so I have to keep tabs on the general map of the world, if you will. So like I have pictures on one Google Doc of the seed of the world, that it's based on, and I pulled that seed in onto the chunk loader or whatever, and got an idea of where all the villages are located and stuff, and but I need to like explore that Minecraft world just to figure out locationally where everything is, and I think having screenshots and bird's eye view of it will help if it's in Scrivener, and I can just pull to that tab whenever I need that sort of information instead of having to pull up an entire new Google document tab. We'll see if that is more helpful. That's going to be another thing I find as I use it, is if that is something that will work fine for me. But yeah, this is day one's experience of Scrivener. There's a lot of information here. I'm just jumping in and trying it out because I don't want to read tons and tons of words to try to figure out how to do things. But I did learn a few shortcuts that are pretty relevant, so even if you don't want to read the entirety of their tutorial document, it can still be useful to read just a little bit. Like the first little, I read the basics section up through get oriented. I didn't read anything else, just because I figure I can figure out most of it, and whatever I need I can just kind of look up as needed. So again, I will continue to take you on this adventure of trying the free trial of Scrivener. Thank you for joining me on episode 1, and I'll come back if there's anything else I have to say, but I'm pretty sure this is all I've got for you today, so goodbye. Upon later usage of Scrivener, I'm going to show you some more things I discovered. Once my iPad actually focuses in on my computer. There we go. So if you go up here, I set up a word count goal for 80,000 words. This is the total document. This is the word count that is set aside under the story. Under my to-dos, I made some to-do kind of lists using, I'm on the column, whatever feature it calls it, I can't remember, on that. The outliner function, as it calls it. I can even have it like that, but I don't want to. I can even have the text document for my November goals pulled up. I have my story document, which is, you can have it in the full as a whole, or you can open it up and have individuals. I can go to Act 1, I can have scenes 1 through 3 open, and I can have on the other side, if I want to pull up a dual view, I can pull it up in, this. I can see the generalization of the scene. So scenes 1 through 3 includes introduction to Haley, Alyssa, and Alexis, establishing the parents coming home. And then scenes 4 through 7 is Alyssa meets Alexis, talk of zombies, first dinner with the parents. And then over here I can just I can either have 2 side by side pulled up, I can have that long view, and then I can click on here and I can go boop, I can pull up another scene, and then on this side I can kind of look at the summary for that scene. That really helped as I was creating these summary cards, because I wanted to summarize each and every scene, just so that I can have that bird's eye view and get an idea of how long I want each chapter to be and stuff. In my research document, I was able to pull up a file for the seed map. You can see right here, this is the seed I'm using. On the text bar, I was able to insert that if you want to that's the seed I'm using. And this is a specific map of the things that are relevant for me. And then over here I have, in my synopsis, I should have probably put it under notes, but I put it under the synopsis. I have all the information regarding the different coordinates that relate to me. I had an untitled document. I don't remember what I was going to put in there, but if I have these open to certain ones, I can either have the information I typed up on there, or I can just have their pictures in that small view. I just thought that was really cool. The planning document I haven't really done much with. that's kind of all the big things that I've learned as I've been doing it. Finally, the formatting issue wasn't coming up as much, though. All of my italics and underlines and bolded prints and all that, strike throughs, they no longer exist in from the copy paste, even though I said, like, paste as formatted and stuff. So, unfortunately, that is not something that was kept, but other than that, I'm really happy with how Scrivener is working. I'm hoping that, if I do copy and paste out of Scrivener, then the italics will be kept. That is for later testing purposes. I will probably tell you more about that as I'm working on the story. If I find out that certain things don't work like that, that'll actually be a really big downside for me as I write fan fiction and I have to paste things into AO3 all the time. So, that will be one of my tests during this week, probably, is testing out just the writing functions of this. But as far as the plotting, beautiful. I can have literally all of my story divided out individual scenes. I can view it, the entire act as a whole document. I can view the whole book as a whole document, or I can look at them in their individual parts. I can have all of my planning and my Minecraft notes all in one place instead of having 50 documents that I'm having to surf through. I love it. I love her. She's so organized. Already worth the $60 in my opinion. It just really will go down to, can it copy paste correctly? So, again, thank you for listening to my rants about Scrivener, and I hope to see you back on day 2 or whatever day I end up filming. Goodbye.